Right, next fight we have at 155, Michael Johnson, 20-18. Don't let the record fool you though. And we have Marc Diakiese, 16-5. Before we get into this one, a lot of these fights are younger guys fighting older guys, right? We just had Elkins versus Pierce, younger guy versus older guy. And that's kind of the theme of this card. So what do you see going on in this fight?
Yeah, man, this fight right here is pretty interesting, man. You got Michael Johnson, the vet, been around the block. He's fought and beaten some big names, beating Dustin Poirier, beating some good guys, man. Albeit early in his career, it's been a while, but and he's not done. It's not like I heard I think Bisbee might have mentioned this a while back. Michael Johnson is not like a Frankie Edgar where he is getting towards the back half of his career and just getting knocked out and getting mauled by these guys. No disrespect to Frankie, but the reason I bring that up is Michael Johnson, yeah, his record's not good. I think he's what you said, 20-18.
Yeah.
That's not good. But with that being said, he's lost some close fights to really good opposition. And for the most part, no matter who he's in there with, he's game, man. He comes to fight. He's there. You know, he's tough. With that being said, I'm gonna go with Mark by decision, man. I think I think this could be a striking heavy matchup, but Mark's got a good kickboxing base. But if you go back and you watch film on him, the difference in this fight, his last two or three fights, I think it might be his last two fights, maybe his last three. Um, he kind of went away from just straight up kickboxing and started mixing in some wrestling, some good takedowns. I think that's going to be the difference in this fight. If he continues to wrestle and mix in his takedowns, I see him winning the decision. If Johnson can keep it on his feet, um, I'm not saying Johnson's going to completely outclass him, but if Johnson can keep it on his feet, I'd probably lean toward Johnson. He's got a little more pop in his hands, in my opinion. He's a little more explosive, but I'm gonna go with Mark. I can't say his last name, so I'm not even gonna try. But I'm gonna go with Mark by decision, and I think his takedowns will be the difference. So. But don't sleep on Michael Johnson.
No
He's
doubt.
definitely
Plain and simple, man. Johnson's got to knock him out.
yeah.
That's the path to
I
victory.
agree.
He had a close split decision loss, that which I thought he won versus Jamie Mullarkey his last fight, and it's like even his losses aren't looking bad except Clay Guida, which we're going to talk about later on. But Johnson's fighting the best of the best. I mean, he has his whole UFC career. This I feel like this fight is like, if he loses, I think that's his last one in the UFC. Uh, Diakese, when he first came on, I think he had like three knockouts and lost a couple fights, changed some things up in his game, and now he can wrestle. So that's always going to be, good in case he is getting rocked by Johnson. He has that wrestling to lean back on. With that being said, I think Diakese is better on the feet than Johnson. They both have knockout power, so factor that in if you're betting on this fight. I never really like to go bet on fights that they can both knock each other out. But with that being said, I think Diakese wins. More ways to win. I think he's, in his prime right now. I think Johnson's out. Johnson might lose this fight. We might see him on bare knuckle. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Probably make more
That
money.
that would that
I
would
feel
be
like
good
he
to
would
see.
be. I feel like he would be a
Hmm.
dog in there. And
Absolutely.
yeah, Diakese to win this fight.
But let me ask you this before we roll on to the next one. I think Dear Casey is more technical on the feet. I do agree with you on that. But just from a power perspective, who you give the power advantage to?
Johnson. Dia
Me too. Me
Diakese
too.
is more of a explosive. Johnson's got
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah. And so I'm gonna go back to my boxing days. I'm gonna say this too. They say in fighting, when you get in the bind, you go back to what you know. I'm not in the bind right here, but I still love my boxing. No Miami made too, but boxing is my first love, man. So I'm gonna go back to old Teddy Atlas, man, for 1 second. Teddy Atlas always says this: "Give me a guy that has an eraser." And Johnson's got that eraser. What that means is, look, one shot gets you with, he can turn your lights off. Johnson does have that, but I'm going with the Casey. I'm still going with the Casey. But if it stays on his feet, man, I'm leaning towards Johnson, man. So
No
we'll
doubt.
we'll see how it plays out, man.
So we both rocking with Diakiese to get the win, but we both agree that Johnson is going to be always live for a knockout.